as we'll see Jacoby Brissett and the Washington Commanders taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Commanders' offense set to go to work, and they're led by the veteran who's bounced around a bit in season number 8 now. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the...
Brissett going to go to the air right away. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. To throw is Brissett. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. That one a first down pickup of 8. Brissett. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Back to Robinson now on first down. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down and 8. Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Taking it right down Broadway. Down to the 10. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now. Brissett winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Cardinals offense set to take over for the first time, and they are piloted by their 5th-year quarterback, 2-time Pro Bowler as well, Kyler Murray.
He and Arizona came together on a hefty contract extension before last season, but injuries, well, they caused everyone to take a step backwards last year. But when healthy, Kyler Murray, still a big play waiting to happen on every snap.
And he's going to be brought down right there after the catch at the 34. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now these two teams, Charles, Arizona and Washington, 2023 a new beginning for both. Of course, for the Cardinals, a new coach, Jonathan Gannon, coming over from Philadelphia where he was a defensive coordinator on their run to the NFC title, and then new ownership here in Washington.
And that gives each franchise a chance to start fresh, to turn the page. And I'm looking at Washington. They could be sneaky good. Despite the fact they didn't make the playoffs last year and the other 3 teams in their division did, Washington finished 500 at 8-1. They could make a jump.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Fourth down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm, and right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They run the draw here with Robinson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Here is 3rd and 5. Brissett now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. Samuel bringing in the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing, Brissett. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Brissett. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Here's Brissett. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 2nd down, Brissett. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Dax Milne, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are back within a score. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Moore, the motion man right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This just a 24-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through, and that will knot us up at 10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. On 4th down, the Cards call on Matt Hawk to punt. Shifts by him. And another juke. 10-10 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they got 3 points. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Murray now to throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Prater's kick is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it, and they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
The Washington offense set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, Brissett. He completes this to Cole Turner. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, Brissett. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Robinson up the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 16. From the red zone now, Brissett to the right side and complete to Thomas. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Slide for the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 7 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back, because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
Hollywood Brown was not in theater as part of his debut season in Arizona, missing 5 games and crossing just 700 yards. We'll see if a regime change is what gets Brown back over 1,000 yards and to that next gear beyond. Good play there to pick up the first.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Murray going to throw. He'll get this to Elliott. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Here's a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
Murray fighting, lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Shotgun now from Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
Now Murray. And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Ingram. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Here's Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point good by Prater. And that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he returns this to the 22. Jacoby Brissett in the offense, ready to begin their next drive. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Robinson on a give right side. And down to the 36-yard line here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Cards are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
After the turnover, here's Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down. Here's Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Murray now on first down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a 2nd and 2. Murray now. A dump off to Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing now is Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Pascal in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Teddy Ballgame. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 1. Inside give to Elliott. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They run the option here on first and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Devin Bush running behind the line to track down the ball carrier. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
To deal with a second and 14 now after the loss. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. They need 12 here. It's third down. To throw is Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now a 2nd and 6. To throw is Brissett. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. On the return, Dortch gets past one man.
Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Now 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Murray now on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like he'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 3rd down and 13. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Taken in by Pascal out left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Running with Elliott. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Brissett. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They run the jet sweep. Dotson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise that he was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Brissett on 1st down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Brissett's throw complete to Dotson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Throwing. Brissett. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and that will keep this a 12-point game. The Cardinal offense takes back over. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And that's Elliott, complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Murray. Ertz over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. From the 23, here's a 2nd down and 9. Looking to throw. Murray. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they'll get this down to the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cards are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And this is a tough play to stop. 10 blockers, and Kyler Murray running the quarterback draw. All he needs is a little crease, and he can hit the hole quickly. And he's able to take this one in for a Cardinals touchdown.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Brissett. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Brissett. That is caught, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Throw right side complete to Dodson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Here's Brissett. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chris Barnes in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. To throw, Brissett slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, a leap it. He will make the catch. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Brissett now.
That one caught by the tight end Bates.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here.
56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs to keep up with your theme there playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
Murray now to throw. And this will be caught by Brown.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line. Back to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Draw play, Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Murray on third down. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will stay a two-score game at 16. Washington ready to try again on offense. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this fourth quarter deficit. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now first and 10. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Brissett sets to throw it. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The offense on third down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be third and forever. Brissett. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It got his man. Complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Murray. Quick slant to Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now Murray off play action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Now back to throw. This is, oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Just Week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Murray going to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A give to Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7. From the gun, Murray. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. There's Murray. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Murray now. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Throwing now is Murray. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
To throw is Murray. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Prater's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Now Washington down by a field goal. 1:53 remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Brissett gets this to Gibson. 2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Brissett. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Pass complete, Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Here comes 2nd down. Now Brissett.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Brissett looks to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now Brissett. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Back to throw, Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And they take a knee. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Cards, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.